Did you see my new painting, Jean?
Oh yeah, it's from that
Or not
guy.
painting, but a poster.
What's his name? XRGTG, whatever.
XRTG. No, it's XTRG. It's like a 2 foot by 3 foot poster, so it's pretty damn big.
So this is he has this copyrighted for himself, right? Like that's his technically his work, even though he paid somebody else to do it.
Yes. I don't know if he has it copyrighted in his name. It's probably licensed to him, I would imagine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's nice. Where'd you put it?
It is on my wall.
You know, you haven't sent us any pictures of your new domicile.
That's because it's not like done yet. I haven't gotten everything set up the way I want it. I really want to get like a giant, like 9 foot. So this wall here that I'm sending you a picture of is, I think it's about 6 feet long, and I really want to get a. Oh wait, I need to rotate that. I really want to get a. Oh, I'm just gonna retake it. I really want to get a like giant, like 6 foot long map and laminate it and post it on the wall of like the Pacific.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good idea.
But I can't find a map that is what I want it to be. Because my idea. No, I want a really detailed map of just the Pacific, like basically like India and part of the Indian Ocean to the U.S. West Coast. Basically, I want war in the Pacific. I want a map that is war in the Pacific, that is super high res, that I can blow up, that has like all the island names and all the little things like that. So then I can use it for like war in the Pacific or whatever.
Why don't you? I'm kind of curious. Would it be possible to take the actual map that's in the game? I'm assuming there's inside the files an actual clean map, right? In the game files, right? Would you be able to kind of take that and send it to a shop and blow it up?
So in theory, so there is a planning map, which is like a 200 megabyte file of the entire map. So I'm sure that would blow up fine. But the problem is it just looks, it doesn't look good. Like,
I have a question. What did you think of the map that like Finish isn't here and it's more his wonder child? I will not be offended at all. What did you think of the map that Finish sent? I don't even know which one he sent.
It is almost exactly what I want. It just doesn't have it doesn't have the island names and stuff like that on it, he said, for the most part. So like I would hope that it would have like all the different atolls or whatnot, or at least within reason.
That's good feedback, actually.
Sort of marked on there.
You already told him, right?
Yeah, I mean, I told him I was looking for a map that had like all the different islands and whatnot on it. I think for the purposes that you're planning on using it, that probably doesn't matter. But at least in terms of like my plan is to use it as like a supplemental War in the Pacific map, as well as like, hey, just that's the theater where all the geopolitical shit's going to happen in the next 50 years. But like using it as a supplement to War in the Pacific, it really needs to, in my opinion, it needs to have like the island names and stuff like that.
How much are you willing to pay for it? Like if you, let's say you do what XTRG did.
I don't know. I haven't thought of a budget. I figured the maps I was looking at, online, I was figuring $200 to $300.
Well, I mean,
but that's like laminated and with like a frame, and so like that's, I don't know if that's realistic.
But you know that you could have our map, and that Finish would probably do those changes for you. I'm sure that if you wanted to, you could probably like commission him for like $20, and he would put all the names in for you.
No, I was looking to see if there was anything else out there also that like, so I mean that was the first one that I saw that was like, this is the exact, what I would say is the dimensions were the exact dimensions that I was looking for.
Yeah, okay. I'm not trying to push it on you.
No, well, and I would also say that like I was also trying to figure out, because I don't, the color palette and the textures look very similar to the mod I'm running with my War in the Pacific game. Like the terrain textures and stuff, it just looks similar. It's not the exact same, obviously, but it does have a similar look and feel.
Yeah, that's a specific color palette that people do with maps, and I can get you the name even. It's a specific, but it's well-defined color palette, so that's not surprising.
Yeah. And I was trying to look through the files to see if I could pull it out and just build my own map, because then it would already have all the locations on there. With potentially like even the planning map for War in the Pacific is cool because it has like airbase sizes and port sizes just above the name on the island. Probably don't need that, but
I see. So what are the like the hex information? Is that how it is pulled out?
Yeah, so I'll show you. So
the map I made was made with the Geological Information Services information.
So as you can see that, like this is just zoomed in on part of the Dutch East Indies. But
yeah, but I don't think that this is hex information. I believe that this is a map that somebody put in text.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure that is not.
I'm curious how they pulled the image out because it's not in the file as one big map. Because then I could do it, right? Like I could make exactly what I want if I can figure out how to pull that out. Because the planning map itself is huge. Like the resolution on this is going to be fine. It's over.
Wait. I misunderstood. You're saying that there's no one big file with all of that? Because I have such a file.
In War in the Pacific?
Yeah, I have some. Let me just make sure I'm not speaking nonsense.
There are I've found in the data, like in the game folders, I found portions of maps, but I haven't found all of it.
Okay, I don't know where this is from, but this is what Finnish gave me. It might have been just a user put together, but it's the entire map of Wars in the Pacific.
I haven't spent a ton of time, and there's like 500 files in this.
Oh my god, my
graphics section.
Shit.
What?
Putting that together? Imagine that.
Oh. I thought something bad happened.
No,
so I'm just guessing because look at it's funny because I guess I'm somewhat experienced in this now. Having done a little bit of game design myself now, having done this at least this exact portion of game design, the map generation, that looks to me exactly like they created the map by hand. And all the hex information is stored different. I don't know if that's true, but
because like the largest file in the art folder is 13 megabytes, which is definitely not what I'm looking at.
Okay, so let's see. War in the Pacific map I have is 32 megabytes.
Is it the same information that I just sent in that screenshot?
Okay, let me share screen. All right, and this is it.
Okay. Planning that I have, except I have a higher rate for whatever reason. When I downloaded it, it was like 100 megabytes.
This is it's just choppy because Windows sucks at dealing with PNGs. If you name them TIF instead for some, I mean, if you do them in TIFF format for some reason, it's really good about those. But this is a huge file anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it looks similar. It looks the same actually.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure where that file is for the mod I downloaded. If it's even a file.
Oh, I see. For mod. Yeah, I think that I don't know how they do that because that's a lot of work for someone to redo. It's possible that this was just seriously put together by like compiled by somebody and it is only made piecemeal in the game directory.
I mean, I kind of feel like it has to be because when I go in here, I'm not saying yours. I'm just saying that in the way this game file is laid out, it just doesn't. There's nothing that. There's no one file that's large enough for the game. I don't think.
Okay. Let's do a quick test. Is every single one of these hexes identical? No. Yeah. No.
What do you mean identical?
I'm trying to see. Is this hex of terrain? Is this? I think this is hand drawn. I'm trying to see if there was like a pattern hex that they put in here.
Oh, I'm sure. Given the age of the game and the way that they make these games, I would guess it's like hand drawn.
Okay, because
like
I don't know. Have you seen how advanced
the soldier sprites in Scourge of War are like 2D hand drawn? Like,
have you seen how like Vic VR Designs has done his hex generation? He does random map generation, so he has to have a hex. He has like 10 variants of a hex type, and then every single one of them in the top left has the same thing, so it always matches whatever hex is in the top left of it.
Yeah, no, I believe. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on like that now that
okay.
People use as standard, but I think War in the Pacific is what 20.
No, I don't think that
15 years old. I don't know that they were doing all that stuff.
Because if they weren't doing that, then I'm pretty sure that this just all has to be in one file, or maybe separate files that are all put together. But
I thought I remember finding map files that it was like split into like 6 different files, but I can't find any of that. I don't know if it's like in a different database that's not in the game file and it's stored in like a document folder that the game references or what. I'm not sure, but I can't find it.
I mean, I like our map way better.
No, I know. I don't like this map look at all. I like your map. Your map has the same color palette and like
on the side
very similar. But anyway,
I don't like the orientation. Why is Japan west to east?
Just the way it was. It's realism, man.
India is the tip of India is pointed left. It's not pointing down. Why?
Well, there is a file that says War in the Pacific Coder GUI map view plugins. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Should we get this show on the road?